Alright, it's the White Tiger Knight, and this is just a quick video showing kind of the lunacy of all this nonsense. Again, for the 10-round magazines, just using these figures, Time Magazine figures, it says, this is for trained police, the 30% hit rate when the target's not firing back, and 18% hit rate when the target's firing back. So if you think about that, basically, if you have a 10-round magazine, that basically means that you might get 3 hits out of 10, or if the target's firing back or they're moving around, you could potentially get only 1 to 2 hits, or technically 1.8 hits, which is probably 1 to 2 hits on a target. So out of 10 rounds, you get about 1 hit. So if you think about that, a 30-round magazine, they wonder why you need a 30-round magazine. Well, if your hit rate is 18%, okay, that 30-round magazine, all right, you're going to get about 3 to 5, possibly on a good day 6 hits if the target's firing back at you or if they're moving around. And even if it's stationary at the range and these trained people get in a situation or they're not even firing back, 30% hit rate. So 3 out of 10. I think that should open people's eyes as to why it's extremely important that you need more than 10 rounds in a magazine or 7 rounds in a magazine. For example, that's just one target. And most people, most crimes happen with multiple attackers. So, if you have a 18% hit rate on one target and you have 10 rounds, and there's more than one target, say there's 3 targets, you're fucked. Okay? And, if they're not moving anywhere, if they're just going to sit down and say, oh, you can shoot at me now, and you get a 30% hit rate, you might be lucky if you can get 3 with 10 rounds. So, I think it's just, it's completely ridiculous, and it really opens the eyes to the problem with this, with the 10-round capacity magazine. And these are trained police, okay, with an 18% hit rate. It's just, I think it really opens the eyes as to why we really need a 30-round or 50-round or even 100-round magazines. If you get an 18% hit rate, especially if someone's running around, you're going to need that. You're going to need that in the event that there's multiple attackers, or someone's even firing back at you or moving. So I think it's important people wake up and realize that it's not that you want to blow a bunch of people away. It's that in the scenario that you have multiple attackers, you're going to need everything that you can get. And some days it's not always feasible to change a magazine. You might not even have extra spare magazines on you at the point, say you're out in your car or you're at a shopping center and someone's running up on you. You need everything you can get. The next one here that's really appalling is 2 in 3 shooters attack their own communities. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they mean about this. If that just means that people who shoot attack their own communities, because that just seems ridiculously propagandizing, and they're just putting us in an extremely bad light to think that 2 out of 3 people that shoot actually attack their own communities is ridiculous. Now, they might be saying that 2 out of the 3 people who go on shooting rampages attack their own communities, but I'm not sure about that. But either way, just the propaganda of putting that number in there, and people are reading this magazine. Again, this is Time Magazine Gun Grabber issue. That's just completely misleading to think, again, that 55 million registered voters owning guns, and to think that two-thirds of them attack their own communities is just ridiculous, and it's really misleading. And I think it's extremely problematic that they put that in there. It's just, whatever they mean by that, it's extremely misleading. And it basically is just painting gun owners in a bad light. To think that 2/3 of gun owners attack their own community is just completely ridiculous. That would mean, that would be basically in the 30 millions, around the 30 million of these registered gun-owning voters are attacking their own communities. And that's just not true. And it's just crazy, horrible propaganda. The next fact here, that's 49% of percentage of households with a gun in January 2013, 49%. Now, I'm not sure if they just divided the amount of guns by the amount of households. I'm not really sure if it is 49%. I really hope that's the case. But again, I just think that, let's just say that is 49%. I think it's great to see that, we're not necessarily a fringe group per se. And there is, I think, a lot of people who do own guns and use guns, and I think that people need to realize that it's not, coming after, say, half the country is, I think, a problematic issue. Again, even with this statistic, you can see, though, 49% is not the majority, and I think people need to really realize that, this is not a democracy. It's not rule of the mass majority. So basically that means, democracy is a pirate ship. 51% control the 49%. So even if you take this number, you could claim that, 51% can just go ahead and legislate away the rights of 49%, and that's not really how the Founding Fathers envisioned the Democratic Republic or the Constitutional Republic of the United States. The concept of the Republic is that you have inalienable rights that cannot be infringed by the majority. So even if 99% don't agree with what it is that you're doing, you're still protected under the Constitution. So everybody needs to realize that it's not all about, percentages of people, all these CNN polls and stuff which are completely fake, talk about, everybody agrees with, the assault weapons ban, or 79% agree with this. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if 79 or 80% of the people think they can take your guns away. They can't. Okay? I mean, it's protected in the Constitution. It's an inalienable right, meaning that even if 99% of the people think that it should be taken away, you're still protected under the Constitution. Now, unfortunately, people want to pretend and people want to push on everybody that we're in a democracy, therefore, it's the rule of the mob, basically. But I think it's really important for people to remember and tell people that even if, 80% of the people don't agree with what you're doing, you're still protected under the Republic. So I think that's extremely important. It doesn't matter if 80% or 99% of the people want to take your guns away. You should be protected under the Constitution. Peace out.